how to get feathered layers in your hair, specifically if you're a male, because I've been getting a lot of people reaching out to me saying, hey, I'm a guy, I've got longer hair, I want some layers, I want to have that classic kind of metal look, you know, that rock and roll kind of look. Well, it's really the same technique and the same thing that you would do for male or female, it doesn't really matter. The key is it really depends on where you want your layers to start. So for example, as you can see, this particular mannequin, the layers start, you know, right on the top of the lip, the top lip. Now, what does that mean? The length that is here, that means it's going to travel back here. Let's just spin this head so you can see a bit more. Because the length is right here, if you pull it back, that's where you're going to see your layers, okay? And then the more you have this, the more it's all going to feather back like this. And that's how you're going to be able to see all of the layers by having this cut properly. Now, if you don't have this all blended in and you don't have the proper haircut, your hair could look very, very choppy. It could just look not blended in. So you have to make sure that if you are somebody who wants to have a kind of, you know, a layered type of haircut, do you want long layers? Do you want, you know, shorter layers like this? Do you want medium layers? Just understand that anytime you are getting layers, you are opening up and exposing this. So if you have maybe more of a, you know, round face or a certain type of face type where you're trying to camouflage or narrow this in, just keep in mind that the higher you start this, the more it's going to open up. The shorter the layers, right? It's going to open all this up. So if you want to have them more just down here, a slight face frame, just to give the hair a little texture towards the bottom, then you're better off leaving all of this one length. Also keep in mind that the more the hair is one length, especially if you have really thick hair, it's just going to constantly fall on your face like this. You're going to be always brushing it back, have it put in a ponytail, tuck it behind your ear, whatever. I mean, if you have long hair, you know how to work with it, but most of the time when I've worked on guys who have had just pin straight long hair, they're always putting it in a ponytail or always kind of brushing it off their face or putting it behind their ear. So if you want to have some sort of feathered layers in through here, just make sure that when you blow dry it so that it goes back this way so it's not constantly falling into your face like this. See how it's staying back? If the layers are longer, it's going to kind of, you know, maybe come down a little bit here. So layers are going to remove some weight and give you a little more movement. So also, another thing to remember, are you looking for more of a face frame and layers just throughout the front? Do you want all of this layered? Because keep in mind, look how short this is, and this is all a lot longer. So it really depends on the type of haircut you want. You can have shorter layers in here and have it feathered back into the length here. And the way you do that, which I've done on my channel numerous times, is you have to cut layers that are going shorter in the front to longer in the back. And I will kind of move the head this way so you can see. So by pulling the hair out from the head like this, there it is. It's shorter, right? And now here we go. We're going longer. And then as we get to the very, very back here, you can see that the hair is at its longest point right in through here. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you're cutting or getting your haircut going shorter this way to longer. If you get all of your hair on top cut this short in through here, just keep in mind you're going to have really, really, really short layers throughout the entire haircut. And you run the risk of it being too short and maybe even too, you know, choppy and botched up if it's not cut properly. So it's something that is really, really important. I would suggest going to a professional hairstylist for this. Can you do it at home? I would, you know, everybody wants to be able to cut layers and cut their hair at home like this. I've done videos on it. It's not the easiest. Is it doable? Yeah, but it's not the easiest, especially if you're somebody who really, really cares about how your hair looks. You want to lay perfectly. You just have to find the right person who understands how to cut lay. Don't just walk into a barbershop. Don't walk into a hair cutting place that takes 10, 15 minutes to cut your hair for something like this. This is a, you know, big job. This is something that you really want to make sure that you have somebody cutting your hair who knows what they're doing. Can they do it in 10, 15 minutes? Are there barbers, stylists? Yes. If you find them, that's great. You just have to find them. So let me know in the comments below if you've had any challenges with this type of haircut, if you found someone who can cut the hair like this, I'd love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.